evening. Bit of a squat session tonight. I'm going to try and work up to something pretty heavy for a double or a triple. I've still been doing my full body workouts and they're going really well. But I just fancied putting a bit more effort into just doing a max effort squat. I don't know where my max strength is at the moment. I genuinely don't. I've hit 300 and some change a week or so ago as part of a full body workout. But I was just curious to see. I'm hoping for obviously 300 plus. I'm not what I would say super strong at squats at the moment. Obviously, having had a knee injury a couple of months ago, I've just been slowly but surely breaking myself back in, not going crazy. I am old and it takes time to get over these injuries, and so I am taking my time, not rushing anything. But as I said, my most recent heavy squat was 300 kilos plus a couple of chains, so it would have equated to about 320 on lockout. So if I can actually hit that with what I'd say straight weight, 7.5 plates, something like that, that's a good starting point. Over summer prior to knee injury, my best squat this year, I think I'm around 360, 370 this year. All-time squat, I'm still way off that. 400 is my best all-time squat. But this year I've hit around 370. As I said, I'm getting a little older, a little wiser, so I don't necessarily go crazy with the max effort weights, particularly on squats. I still push it pretty hard on deadlifts. I still push it pretty hard on bench and pressing and things like that. But squats are the one where I have to sometimes say, ooh, I don't know. So, but as I said, I'm still going to work up to something pretty decent tonight, hopefully. Having trouble getting into position at the moment. As I said to you guys, I've been doing a lot of full body workouts recently, which hopefully you guys have seen. A lot of them I've uploaded to my channel, but it does come with an element of soreness. So at the moment, I'm just having difficulty getting my hands back in position. I'm normally reasonably mobile, but my chest and shoulders are just feeling tight. So the bar at the moment is not quite resting in the right position, so it feels a little funky at the moment. But even so, 180 was fine. I haven't actually been watching the videos, to be fair. I'll have a look at them afterwards. But 180 felt okay. So I'm going to go up to 220. If 220 goes okay, I'll go 260, and then I might slow it down. I'll literally just play it by ear then. My knees are feeling good. I'm going to do one more set without any knee wraps on, and then when I get to 220, when I get to 260, excuse me, I'll throw on some knee wraps then. But as I said, 180, everything felt fine. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It just feels quite heavy on my back today, to be honest with you. Leg strength feels pretty good. But in terms of supporting it, my actual structure, and as I said, I think that's something to do with my shoulders are just incredibly tight. So I'm just not quite in my usual position. But I literally just watched the video back, and it was moving pretty fast. It moved faster than I thought anyway. It felt slower than that, but actually watching the video, it moved okay. It wasn't too bad. So with that in mind, I'm gonna go up to, just straight up to 300 kilos now. And just give 300 kilos a try. What I'm going to do is, with the 300 kilos, I'm probably gonna do that for a single, or maybe a double, just to kind of acclimatise myself to the weight. Because I know I can squat 300 at the moment. I did that a week or so ago, so I know that's in the bank. So as I said, I'm just trying to slowly but surely get back to the mid 300s. You know, if I can get back to the mid 300s within the next month or two, I'll be happy. For a guy who's close enough to 50, I'll take it. Alright, that's 300. It just felt pretty heavy on my back, to be honest with you. I'm going to slow the jumps down now. I'm going to try 320. My leg strength's good. My lower back feels good. As I said, I've struggled to hold it in position. And I've got reasonably flexible wrists, but even holding in position, because my shoulders are a bit tight tonight, even my wrists are really feeling it. Because weirdly, I know some people have to really wrap up their wrists for squats, but I've never needed to, no matter how heavy I've gone. But I can actually feel quite a lot of pressure in my wrist tonight. Looks quite intimidating actually, looking at it now. I'm just, so there's 300 on there. So gonna get 10 kilos aside on, try the 320 and just see how that feels. That's me done. that's me finished. Max effort squat night. I go extremely low volume. I do very, very high volume in most of my other workouts, but when I'm doing max effort, I often either just stick to the one basic exercise, or I might throw in a bit of support work. But like I said to you guys several times already, I've been doing a lot of full body stuff. So everything is feeling pretty tight and used. So I have to be aware of like not overtraining and those kind of things, because you can get those kind of overuse injuries. So you just have to be aware of like fatigue management and stuff like that. I've had quite a few of you guys asking me about the full body workouts and the sort of benefits of it. And I've been absolutely loving it. This is my third or fourth week. I can't ever remember now. Third or fourth week. I'm planning to do it in a block of about 8 weeks, thereabouts. But I'm just able to hit everything multiple times per week. I keep the volume for each exercise relatively low, 5 sets-ish, 1 or 2 exercises per body part. But because I'm doing it so often over the course of the week, each body part is probably getting, a good 25, 30 sets. So I'm just taking off my knee wraps as we speak. I just realised my blood flow is being cut off. Yeah, so over the course of the week, it's what I can consider like total volume, where I'm probably getting 30-ish sets or more, maybe, I don't know, per body part. I've been doing some other types of workouts as well, like more bodybuilding style, but I've been doing those at my local gym. I haven't been filming those, and those have been a much higher rep range, and probably slightly higher volume still. But my heavier compound movements I've been doing predominantly at home, and getting some good work. Yeah, so the benefits I found, psychologically, I just look forward to all the workouts, because we all have those days where, you don't feel like deadlifting or squatting or benching or whatever it is. But when you are training all of your body parts on the same day, there's always something to look forward to. And first and foremost, enjoy your training. I always say it to anyone, enjoy what you are doing. Programs are great, and I stick to a program. But psychologically, it's just important to also stay fresh and just simply enjoy what you're doing. Unless you are competing in powerlifting, or you've got strongman competition or whatever coming up. If you are just a recreational lifter like myself, and particularly if you've been doing it quite a long time, it's important to keep things fresh. Because if you come in and do the same monotonous routine over and over again, the body just becomes complacent, but also psychologically you become complacent. And it's just very easy to fall into that rut. But even so, because of this, what I've found that I'm starting to do here and there is just throw in the odd heavier day where I just focus on a compound lift. Going back to my old sort of program and throwing a little bit of that in as well, because you guys know my original programming is I have a heavy day, I have a support day, and I have a bodybuilding day, and I do that for each of the 3 major movements, like the patterns. So my push pattern, my pull pattern or my hinge, and my squat pattern. So each one of those will get a heavy day where I focus on one big compound lift. They'll get a support day where I focus on exercises that support the big lift. And then I have a bodybuilding day where it's very high volume, lots of exercise selection, and much higher rep range, sort of anywhere from 10 to 30 rep range ordinarily, sometimes even higher than that. And I throw in intensity techniques like drop sets and that kind of thing. So yeah, because I've been going decently heavy on the full body workouts, but I still want to make sure that my kind of maximal strength is there as well, because if you don't move it, you lose it, I find, with max weights. If you don't stay within the vicinity of, your kind of top 80%, I find that you begin to decline, or I personally decline a little bit. And that's not necessarily muscle strength as such. I find it's more like the connective tissue. Like tonight, for instance, because I haven't been going extremely heavy on squats for a couple of months because of this knee injury, 300 kilos felt incredibly heavy on my back, and 320 felt even heavier. That's because it is heavier. But I've got a marker. 260 is my marker. And I always know that if I'm, uninjured, 260 is always a very doable weight for me. And it doesn't necessarily feel super heavy on my back. Those of you out there who squat regularly, you know what I mean. And I'm not talking about 260, whatever your max weight is, if it's 140, if it's 100 kilos, whatever, you'll know, let's take 100 kilos. You'll know, let's say 100 kilos for 5 is your max or whatever, but 80 kilos is always in the bag and you can always do it. So everyone should have like a little bit of a marker. And for me, 260 is my marker. And I know if everything's going according to plan, 260 is not a weight I really have to worry too much about, and it feels okay. But at the moment, 260 doesn't feel okay. 260 feels pretty heavy on my back. So the leg strength's there, but it's all that kind of support muscle isn't used to it at the moment, which is just strange. But it's just the way the body works, or it's the way my weird body works. Just literally holding the weight on the base of your neck, on your traps and everything, and your structure, it just feels a little bit more uncomfortable than it used to at the moment. But it'll come back. So going up to 320 was nice today. I said to you guys, I did 300 plus some chains. Actually, thinking about it, that was to a box, wasn't it? It wasn't a full squat, it was to a box. So actually, no, that's really good then. Even better news. I'd forgotten about that, actually. So yeah, okay, I'll take it. I'm rescinding everything I've just said. 320 at this stage is great. Yeah, but my next marker will be 340, so the magic 8 plates. And if I can get to 340 within the next few weeks, I will be happy. That'll be a very, very, very good marker for me. Because 340 is a good weight. As I said, at my absolute best I've ever done, and I've done it twice, is 400 kilos, and I haven't done that in quite a long time. Well over a year since I've done that. So, and at the moment I don't have a desire to get back to that breed of weight. I get bitten by the bug. I get the itch in the back of my head that I can't get rid of sometimes, where I feel the necessity to lift something very heavy, like for me. But I have to have that mental drive to get to it. And at the moment, 400 kilos and even the high 300s is not calling to me at the moment. But, I think 340 over the next few weeks, if I can get to that, let my body slowly but surely adjust to the weight. But 340 will be a very nice marker. And I'll be content temporarily with that. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to go. So, as always, I've got a client in a few minutes. In fact, I've got 2 clients lined up back to back. So I'm currently on holiday. I don't know when I'm actually going to drop this video, but I'm currently on Christmas holidays because you guys know I'm a teacher. So broken up for 2 weeks. So it's very nice. It isn't quite Christmas yet. We are a couple of days before Christmas. So at the moment, I'm just enjoying my training and enjoying eating and all that kind of stuff. Because I've been doing my best to put on a little bit of weight recently. I will push that into the new year and see how that goes. I've been eating pretty heavily for probably about 8 weeks now. thereabouts, and I've put on a couple of kilos. It's very slow. I'm already kind of maxed out genetically. I'm pretty much as heavy as my body will ever want to be. So at the moment I'm floating around 136 kilos. The heaviest I've ever been as a younger man was 144 kilos. And I wasn't in too bad shape. But when I hit my 40s, it's that breed of weight it's just very hard to hold. And to be fair, I'm not really much weaker for it, being the best part of 10 kilos lighter than that. But it's being 140 kilos plus at 6'2.5", 6'3". Well, I'm 6'2.5", just under 6'3". It was a little too much for my frame. I felt uncomfortable. As I said, even though I wasn't carrying a massive amount of body fat, I'm reasonably lucky. I don't put on too much body fat. I'm not saying I'm super lean, but I've always been quite lucky like that. But it was just too much. My ankles were hurting, my joints were hurting. Whereas when I'm in the 130s, I feel quite strong and quite fit at that weight, and I'm not in too bad shape either. So anyway, so yeah, I'm going to indulge over the next few days in lots and lots of food and lots of mince pies. So whenever you guys see this, I hope you had a lovely Christmas, because it will be coming out after Christmas sometime. But I hope you had a lovely Christmas, and I hope you had a lovely New Year as well. I'll have dropped a New Year video talking about sticking to your word, so hopefully you guys got a chance to watch that as well. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to go. So you guys take care. Lift well, be strong, have a good week, and all that good stuff. I'll speak to you soon.